Do you ever wake up feeling like your body has been through a wrestling match overnight? Those creaky joints, the stiffness that makes getting out of bed a real chore, or that persistent brain fog that makes remembering simple things a struggle? It is easy to just shrug and say, well, that's just getting older, isn't it? But what if I told you that much of that discomfort, those nagging aches and pains, the fatigue that saps your energy, and even some of those fuzzy memory moments, might not be solely due to the passage of time? Imagine living with a silent fire burning inside your body, a low-grade inflammation that is constantly working against your health, making every movement a little harder, every thought a little cloudier. For many of us over 60, this hidden inflammation is a surprising culprit, slowly and quietly undermining our vitality. And the biggest shocker, some of the foods we eat every single day are unknowingly fueling this internal blaze. In this video, we are going to shine a light on 6 common foods that are quietly causing inflammation in your body after 60, making you feel older than you truly are. We will explore exactly why these foods are problematic and, more importantly, what simple, delicious swaps you can make to feel lighter, more energetic, and more vibrant. So, stick with me until the very end, because I have a surprising truth that could change how you think about your plate forever. Let us dive right into the first food category that might be silently inflaming your body: refined sugars. Now, I know what you are thinking. Everyone knows sugar is not great for you, but it is not just about the extra pounds or the dental bills. For those of us over 60, refined sugars, the kind found hidden in so many processed foods, sodas, candies, pastries, and even seemingly healthy yogurts or breakfast cereals, are like pouring gasoline on that internal inflammatory fire I mentioned. When you consume too much refined sugar, your body gets hit with a sudden rush of glucose. Your pancreas works overtime to produce insulin to manage this sugar spike. Over time, constant high insulin levels can lead to insulin resistance, and this resistance itself is a major driver of inflammation throughout your body. Imagine your cells constantly trying to absorb sugar, but they become less responsive. This leads to excess sugar circulating, which can damage proteins and fats in your body, creating compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These AGEs are notorious for promoting oxidative stress and inflammation, accelerating the aging process and contributing to issues like joint pain, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. Think about that nagging stiffness in your knees or hips. While some of it is wear and tear, a significant part can be aggravated by this systemic inflammation. When your body is in a constant state of inflammation, your immune system is always on high alert, releasing inflammatory chemicals that can attack healthy tissues, including the cartilage in your joints. That mid-afternoon slump, the feeling of mental fogginess after a sugary snack, or even just a general sense of feeling run down. These are all potential whispers from that inflammatory process. So, what can we do? The key is not necessarily to eliminate all sweetness from your life, but to be much more mindful of the source of that sweetness. Instead of reaching for a sugary soda, try sparkling water with a squeeze of fresh lemon or a few berries. Swap out those sugary breakfast cereals for a bowl of oatmeal topped with nuts, seeds, and a few pieces of fruit, instead of a processed cookie or pastry. Enjoy a piece of fruit like an apple or a handful of berries, which offer natural sugars along with beneficial fiber and antioxidants that actually fight inflammation. Learn to read food labels carefully, looking for hidden sugars like high fructose corn syrup, dextrose, maltose, or anything ending in ose, even small. Consistent choices can make a profound difference. It is about retraining your palate and reducing the constant sugar bombardment on your system. Think of it as giving your internal fire brigade a much-needed break. Now, let us move on to the second silent inflamer, which often goes hand in hand with refined sugar, refined carbohydrates, and grains. We are talking about things like white bread, white pasta, white rice, many packaged snacks, and those quick-cook breakfast cereals that promise a healthy start, but are often just highly processed grains stripped of their nutritional value. Just like refined sugars, these foods are rapidly broken down into glucose in your body, causing those same sharp insulin spikes and leading to that inflammatory cascade. Imagine your body needing a slow, steady burn of fuel, like a well-stoked fireplace. Whole grains, with their intact fiber, provide that. They release energy slowly, keeping your blood sugar stable. But refined grains are like throwing kindling on the fire, a quick, intense burst followed by a sudden drop, leaving you feeling hungry, tired, and contributing to that internal inflammation. The refining process strips away the bran and germ, which are where most of the fiber, vitamins, and minerals reside. What you are left with is essentially a starch that acts much like sugar in your body. Many people find that after eating a meal heavy in white bread or pasta, they feel sluggish, bloated, or experience a kind of mental fog. This is not just indigestion. It is often your body reacting to the rapid sugar absorption and the ensuing inflammatory response. Over time, regularly consuming these refined carbs can contribute to conditions like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and yes, that pervasive joint pain and overall feeling of stiffness. The good news is, making this swap is incredibly rewarding. Instead of white bread, choose whole grain bread. Looking for varieties that list whole wheat or whole grain as the very first ingredient, opt for brown rice or quinoa instead of white rice. Explore alternatives like lentil pasta or chickpea pasta, which offer more protein and fiber, or even spiralized vegetables like zucchini noodles as a delicious, nutrient-dense substitute for traditional pasta. When you choose whole, unprocessed carbohydrates, you are not just reducing inflammation, you are also increasing your intake of essential nutrients, fiber for a healthy gut, and antioxidants that protect your cells. It is about choosing foods that nourish your body and allow it to function optimally. Rather than constantly battling internal stress, the difference you feel in your energy levels and overall comfort can be truly remarkable. Now that we have looked at how refined sugars and processed grains can quietly ignite inflammation, let us turn our attention to another common culprit: processed meats. I am talking about the beloved bacon, sausages, hot dogs, deli meats, and even some prepackaged frozen meals that contain these convenient, ready-to-eat protein sources. While they might be quick and tasty, their manufacturing process often involves high levels of sodium, saturated fats, and most significantly, chemical preservatives like nitrates and nitrites. When these nitrates and nitrites are cooked, especially at high temperatures like frying or grilling, they can form compounds called nitrosamines. These nitrosamines are not just inflammatory, they are also known carcinogens, meaning they can contribute to the development of cancer. Beyond that, the high saturated fat content in many processed meats, particularly when consumed regularly, can contribute to chronic low-grade inflammation, raising your levels of bad cholesterol and increasing your risk of heart disease. It is a double whammy for your system. Think about that sluggish feeling, the general lack of vitality, or even those occasional heart palpitations that seem to come out of nowhere. These can be subtle signals from your body trying to tell you that something is not quite right internally. A diet high in processed meats can contribute to issues like digestive discomfort, as these foods often lack the fiber necessary for healthy gut function. And an imbalanced gut microbiome can itself be a significant source of inflammation in the body. If your joints feel a little more achy than usual, or you are experiencing persistent fatigue, it is worth considering how often these processed options appear on your plate. So, how can we enjoy savory, satisfying meals without relying on these inflammatory choices? The good news is there are plenty of delicious alternatives. Instead of bacon, try lean turkey bacon, or better yet, slices of grilled halloumi cheese or even roasted mushrooms for a savory breakfast side. For sandwiches, opt for fresh, thinly sliced roasted turkey or chicken breast that you have cooked yourself. Or look for nitrate-free, low-sodium deli meats. Experiment with plant-based proteins like lentils, beans, chickpeas, or tofu, which are packed with fiber and beneficial nutrients that actually fight inflammation. Preparing your own lean meats, like baked chicken or grilled fish, gives you complete control over the ingredients and cooking methods, ensuring you are fueling your body with truly nourishing protein without the hidden inflammatory baggage. It is about making conscious choices that support your long-term health and vitality. Next up, let us tackle a stealthy inflammatory agent that is often overlooked because it is so pervasive in our modern diet, certain vegetable oils. I am referring specifically to oils high in omega-6 fatty acids, like soybean oil, corn oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, and cottonseed oil. These oils are incredibly common in packaged snacks, salad dressings, sauces, and are often used for frying in restaurants. While we do need omega-6 fatty acids in our diet, the problem arises from the imbalance. Our bodies need a healthy balance of omega-6s and omega-3s. Omega-6s, in moderation, are essential, but in excess, especially when consumed without enough balancing omega-3s, they become pro-inflammatory. Think of it like this. Omega-6s are the accelerator pedal for inflammation, and omega-3s are the brake pedal. In the typical Western diet, we are hitting the accelerator far too often, leading to a constant load-level inflammatory state. This imbalance can contribute to a wide range of issues, from joint pain and autoimmune conditions to cardiovascular problems and even brain health issues like brain fog and memory concerns. You might not notice it immediately, but consistently consuming foods cooked in or made with these high omega-6 oils contributes to that persistent internal fire. Your cells' membranes become less flexible. Your arteries can become more prone to plaque buildup, and your immune system can remain chronically activated. Attacking healthy tissues, that lingering stiffness, the difficulty recovering from physical activity, or just a general sense of feeling run down could be partly attributed to this dietary imbalance. The good news is that replacing these oils is relatively straightforward and can have a profound impact. Swap out your usual cooking oils for healthier, anti-inflammatory alternatives. Opt for extra virgin olive oil for dressings and low-heat cooking, or avocado oil for higher heat cooking, as both are rich in monounsaturated fats and antioxidants that protect your cells. Coconut oil can also be a good choice in moderation. When buying packaged foods, always check the ingredient list for these high omega-6 oils and try to choose products made with healthier alternatives, or, even better, make your own dressings and sauces from scratch. This small change in your pantry can significantly shift your body from an inflammatory state to one of greater balance and reduced pain. It is about choosing fats that nourish and protect, rather than harm. Moving on to our next significant food type that can quietly ignite inflammation, especially as we get older, is fried foods. Think about those crispy French fries, delicious fried chicken, or even many of the convenient frozen appetizers that are designed to be deep fried. While undeniably tempting, the method of cooking these foods, coupled with the types of oils often used, creates a powerful inflammatory cocktail in your body. When foods are deep fried, especially at high temperatures and often in the very omega-6 rich vegetable oils we just discussed, they undergo a process that produces harmful compounds. For instance, advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, are formed at high heat, and these are powerful inflammatory agents. They essentially caramelize proteins and fats in your body, leading to cellular damage and promoting oxidative stress, which accelerates aging and contributes to chronic diseases. Furthermore, the oils themselves, when repeatedly heated to high temperatures, can become oxidized and rancid, creating even more inflammatory compounds that your body then has to battle. Consider that heavy, sluggish feeling after a meal of fried foods, or the way your joints might ache more the next day. This is not just indigestion, it is your body reacting to the inflammatory load. Consistent consumption of fried foods can contribute to weight gain, which itself is an inflammatory state and significantly increases your risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even certain cancers. It can also disrupt your gut microbiome, leading to digestive issues and further systemic inflammation. If you find yourself consistently feeling tired, experiencing brain fog, or struggling with aches and pains, your regular indulgence in fried foods could be a key contributor you had not fully considered. So, how can we still enjoy satisfying textures without the inflammatory consequences? It is all about smart cooking methods and ingredient choices. Instead of deep frying, try air frying, which gives you that wonderful crispiness with significantly less oil. Baking or roasting vegetables and lean proteins with a drizzle of healthy olive or avocado oil can achieve similar delicious results without the inflammatory byproducts. If you are dining out, inquire about how foods are prepared and opt for grilled, baked, or steamed options instead of fried. When you do occasionally indulge in something fried, remember to balance it with plenty of fresh vegetables and anti-inflammatory foods. It is about reducing the frequency and finding healthier ways to satisfy those cravings, giving your body a chance to heal and thrive without constantly fighting off these inflammatory attacks. Finally, let us address the sixth silent inflamer that many of us enjoy, but can become problematic in excess: alcohol. A glass of wine with dinner, a cold beer on a warm evening, these can be enjoyable parts of life. However, for those of us over 60, excessive alcohol consumption can contribute significantly to systemic inflammation, often without us fully realizing the extent of its impact. When you drink alcohol, your liver is the primary organ responsible for processing it. As your liver breaks down alcohol, it produces toxic byproducts, which can trigger widespread inflammation, not just in the liver itself, but throughout your body. Alcohol can disrupt the delicate balance of your gut microbiome, leading to a condition called leaky gut, where toxins can pass from your intestines into your bloodstream, further stimulating your immune system and perpetuating inflammation. It also interferes with your body's ability to absorb essential nutrients, like vitamins B and D, which are crucial for maintaining an anti-inflammatory state. Think about how you feel after a night of perhaps a bit too much indulgence: the dehydration, the sluggishness, the difficulty concentrating, and maybe even heightened joint pain or muscle soreness. These are all signs of your body struggling with the inflammatory response to alcohol. Over time, chronic excessive alcohol consumption can contribute to liver damage, cardiovascular issues, weakened immune function, and a significant increase in that low-grade inflammation that makes every day feel a little harder. It can also disrupt sleep patterns, and poor sleep is another known contributor to inflammation. The key here is moderation. And for many over 60, that might mean even less than what was considered moderate in younger years. The general recommendation is up to 1 drink per day for women and up to 2 drinks per day for men. But even this can vary based on individual health conditions and sensitivities. Consider having alcohol-free days during the week, or opting for smaller portions. Explore delicious non-alcoholic alternatives like infused waters, kombucha, or virgin cocktails. If you find yourself relying on alcohol to unwind, explore other stress-reducing activities like meditation, gentle exercise, or spending time in nature. It is not about deprivation, but about finding a balance that supports your overall well-being and allows your body to function without the added burden of alcohol-induced inflammation. Making these mindful choices can lead to clearer thinking, better sleep, reduced aches, and a truly revitalized sense of self. So, we have talked about refined sugars, refined carbohydrates, processed meats, those problematic vegetable oils, fried foods, and excessive alcohol. It might feel like a lot to take in, but please do not feel overwhelmed. The beautiful truth is that even small, consistent changes in your diet can lead to big, profound differences in how you feel every single day. Remember, your body is an incredible machine, constantly working to heal and maintain balance. And by removing these inflammatory culprits and replacing them with nourishing, whole foods, you are giving it the best possible chance to do its job. Imagine waking up with less stiffness, having more energy to do the things you love, thinking more clearly, and simply enjoying life with greater comfort. This is not just a dream. It is a very achievable reality when you consciously choose foods that support your body instead of fighting against it. Each healthy choice you make is a step towards a more vibrant, pain-free future. We all deserve to feel our best at every age, and taking control of what we eat is one of the most powerful steps we can take. I truly hope this conversation has given you some valuable insights and actionable steps to make positive changes. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more people who could benefit from this message. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical tips and advice on living your healthiest, happiest life after 60. What are your thoughts on these foods? Have you noticed any differences in how you feel when you cut back on certain things? Share your experiences and tips in the comments below, because your wisdom can truly help others in our community. Thank you for spending this time with me. Here is to nourishing your body, reducing inflammation, and living your best life at every age.